Hi there, episode 324. Starting out with a quote from Naval Ravikant. Suffering is a moment of clarity when you can no longer deny the truth of a situation and are forced into uncomfortable change. Inside suffering is the seed of change. Welcome back. What a quote. Yes, we are talking about suffering today, but don't worry, I'll try to make it easy on you. Yesterday, we talked about discipline as an important foundation for habit forming. Discipline addresses the how of going about building a new routine or habit. It's one of the many behaviors that are critical in starting a new habit, but I consider it the most important one. Discipline is not something we're born with. It's something we learn. One of the definitions of discipline is to train or develop by instruction and exercise, especially in self-control. Train or develop. It's a learned activity. But many people have already decided they're not disciplined. That gives them a jail-free card, meaning they never even try. When trying is exactly what they should do. Because trying means you're practicing, and practice makes the master. I believe the reason we fail with discipline so often is that we set huge goals, which tend to require a lot of discipline. And so it's not a surprise that we don't succeed and then think we are not disciplined enough. When in fact, we exercise discipline every day. Our life requires it. If you have a job, you show up when you need to. That's discipline. If you have your own business, you are doing something to keep it running. That's discipline. If you have a home, you're doing things all the time that involve discipline. You pay bills, you take out the garbage at a given day, you clean, and so much more. Your personal hygiene is a routine that's based on discipline. We often don't consider these activities as using discipline because we do them on autopilot. But at some point, they require discipline. Remember your parents reminding you to brush your teeth or wash your hands? They trained you on discipline and turned a once challenging thing into a routine. And that is exactly what I would like for you to see. When you repeat a behavior over and over, it becomes a habit. It's only the initial hurdle in acquiring that habit that needs to be overcome. I've shared with you that exercising has become a habit for me. And I don't say that to make you jealous because maybe for you it's still a struggle. But I'm sharing it as an example of something I had to work on as well. Regular exercise began when I started running many years ago. It was hard. I didn't look forward to running. I forced myself out there every single day. But there came a time when running was part of my daily morning routine. And you know when that moment arrives because you don't need discipline anymore. The negotiation with the mind ends. Should I or should I not? You simply do it, like brushing your teeth. And when you can't do it, or you don't feel like doing it one day, you don't beat yourself up because you know that day is an exception and tomorrow you're right back to it. That is what exercising is for me. I've been doing it for years. It took time. When we establish a new routine, we need to give it time. Many people start, stop, and start again. It's a constant battle. They don't even get past the initial stage of forming the habit. They set a big goal, they define the what, but they fail to think about the how. They don't have a system in place to implement their new behavior or activity. And here is the crux of the issue. Most often we are trying to change something that we actually enjoy. Who doesn't like ice cream for dessert every night? Who doesn't enjoy relaxing over a good drink after a long week? And everyone likes a capturing movie or tune out to their favorite music for hours. The habits we're trying to change are pleasurable and satisfying in the moment. However, in the long run, they're often damaging. Too many donuts, combined with too much couch time, equals more weight and potential health risks for the majority of people. But it's so hard to resist the feelings and the urges of the moment. It hurts, sometimes literally, having to resist the temptation and forsake it for something that is not an immediate result. We want results, and we want them quickly. The ice cream tastes great right now. We can even taste it before eating it. But the muscle gain and the book we're working on, that's so far away. We have a hard time even envisioning how it will feel. We are much more likely to go for the thing that satisfies us in this very moment, in favor of some future objective that brings no immediate gratification. To become successful at new and better habits, we have to bring that distant goal closer into the present moment. I do it, and I bet in some way you do it as well. You may look at Instagram pictures of people that are in shape. You chat with your coworkers about healthy recipes. You are confronted with the outcome every day by those around you that have accomplished what you are still pursuing. Yeah, maybe you have envy for those people, but deep down, it also motivates you. You see the end of their road, and you get an idea of what your outcome might be. It's inspiring. All that is required is to align your actions with your objective. Sounds easy, right? And that is where discipline comes in. Admiring is one thing. We do it all the time on social media. But actually doing the work is another. Again, that's the how. What is your system for achieving your goal? When that is defined, you have a roadmap for getting started. The what is easy. I want to lose weight. I want to eat healthier. But that alone doesn't bring us success. Discipline consists of the day-to-day actions that, if repeated immediately, will turn into new behaviors and habits. For many people, discipline means saying no, I can't, I'm not supposed to. This places them on the sidelines, and they feel like an outsider. Everyone can eat cake but me. Today, I want to teach you a simple way to change your mindset from a state of disadvantage to one of power. Turn I can't around and say, not today instead. I use not today every day. When those cookies show up at the office, or the cupcakes, when all my friends order dessert, when everyone has a drink, even when I stroll the aisles in the grocery store and admire all sorts of foods. Not today doesn't mean never. Because let's be honest, this big goal that you set for yourself to never eat sugar again, do you really think you will never eat sugar in your life again? I find that unrealistic. Not today is the small daily step that I so often talk about. It's a tiny, moment-to-moment decision that refocuses your mind on your bigger objective. Not today means just this. Not today. Not right now. Maybe later. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. Just not right now. We often overestimate our discipline. We think we will be able to resist sugar forever. It's unfeasible, plus it creates that sense of being an outsider. It creates enormous pressure because everyone around us is able to enjoy the one thing we are trying to avoid. And eventually, we will crumble under the pressure and give up completely. Build your how by taking small, incremental steps. Learn discipline one day at a time, one decision at a time. And you know that you will be confronted with those decisions every day. Today, I will not have donuts. It's small, but at the same time, you will feel extremely accomplished at the end of that day. It will motivate you to say, not today, again tomorrow. And maybe next week you'll say, yes, today I will. And that's okay. Discipline is built over time, one decision at a time. And it's not a linear path. Sometimes we regress. But as long as we have a system in place, we can always get back up and move forward again. Hope is not a strategy, but that's exactly what most people rely on. Not eating sugar ever again is based on hope. Losing 10 pounds over the next 3 months is a what? Reading a book a week is a great goal, but we need a system that tells us how to execute it. Not today is a great tool for those habits that we are trying to break or change. It is small, but it is a start. And you have quite a big shot at succeeding. Not today is just a second. It's a thought. And all you need to do is follow through. Not today, and walk past the cookies. Not today, and leave that bottle of wine in the cabinet. Text back to the person that only texts you when he needs you. Not today. Why don't you give it a try? Identify one thing today that you have been wanting to change. One thing that you think you don't have the discipline to change. And when it tempts you today, when it calls for your attention and pulls on you, simply give it a brief glance and say, not today. And then move on. That's all. Give it a try and let me know how it goes. I would love to hear from you. Much love.